Hi there, Tamara Doris here, and today I want to throw down a challenge, and it's called the Acting As If Challenge. Now, if you've read any of my books, I think in at least several of them, I talk about acting as if. So let's look at this not just from a quantum science, neuroscience perspective, but let's look at it also from a metaphysical, spiritual perspective, because this is key to manifesting what you want in your life, okay? It is key. Here's what's so important. When we act as if, what we're really doing is we're changing our state of being. Say that with me. Changing our state of being. And what is our state of being? Our state of being is how we're feeling and how we're thinking in any given moment. Now, when I say how we're feeling, I'm talking about our emotions. And we know that our physiology, our biology, and our psychology are like this, right? So in other words, if you are in a really bad mood, you can't have a straight posture and start cracking up without releasing the hormones that tell your body that you're happy. Okay? So, I mean, you could try to mess with yourself and experiment with it, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to trust me on this, or just try it. You can't be happy and sad at the same time. You can't be happy and angry at the same time. Now, if you had your ideal outcome, if you had everything you want, whatever your ideal outcome is, what makes your heart sing, what you really, that one thing that you want, whether it's, better health, or my specialty is working with women who have their own businesses. So maybe it's building an abundant business, an empire, right? Or maybe it's about attracting the love of your life. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. What would you feel like if you had that? Just think about it for a second. What would it feel like if that was already here? And you know what? That feeling is what you have to encompass now. You have to embrace the feeling of already having the thing that you want. And I mean, I can rattle off Neville Goddard in my book. Hold on, I have it handy. Imagine that. I talk about Neville, and he was one of the only metaphysical teachers that I have studied, and I've studied them all, who really talked about acting as if. You already have the goal. You already have what you want. But now I know, and we know, through neuroscience and quantum physics, that there's more to that than meets the eye. When we change our physiology, because again, if you had everything you wanted, you'd be like, yeah, that's going to release hormones in your body, neurotransmitters that are going to make you excited and joyful. It's going to release dopamine and serotonin, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm in love with life. That's going to have an effect on your vibrational frequency. Now, we know that vibrational frequency is no longer a woo-woo term. It's a fact. We're all vibrating energy beings. That's just, you can't deny it. Everything is a subatomic particle. An electron or a photon or both. They collapse into waves. It's crazy, but it's quantum science and it's true. So the point being that on a quantum level, when you're acting as if, you have that whatever that it is, your body is actually going to vibrate at a different level. Okay? And thought forms and emotions are energy that vibrate as well. So things happen in the quantum field that even the best scientists and even the greatest sages haven't been able to exactly explain. And I don't know if science will ever catch up with spirituality in that realm, but we know for a fact that your thoughts and energy and emotions have an impact on what's out there. And we know that it's entirely possible to attract things to you. And I'm not going to get into metacreation in this video, but I will in another one, about the act of metacreation and how that connects with the quantum field. So we'll talk about that another time. But for right now, we're focused on acting as if. Okay, so we covered Neville Goddard, we covered quantum physics. Now let's look at it from a neuroscientific perspective. So we know through neuroscience that everything that we experience in our physical realities is simply a projection and reflection of what we have inside our noggins, right? We got 100 billion, not million, 100 billion neurons snapping away in there, and they make these neural networks, usually by the time we're about 7 or so. And these patterns are really pretty much 95% of our thinking. So the 5% of me right here that says, I want this, but there's 95% of me that might say, oh, you can never have that. So when we start acting as if, our brain is going, wait, we have that? See, here's the beauty. Here's the beauty of the subconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. This is why, hypnosis can be so effective as one leg that holds up the table. Okay, so when you start acting as if, you actually are changing the physical structure of your brain and causing new synaptic connections, which create new neural networks, which over time, done long enough and well enough, can eventually ride over all the self-limiting beliefs. And we'll talk about self-limiting beliefs in another video. How about that? I got 2 already on my list. So when you are acting as if, you are changing your brain neurologically. You are affecting the quantum field energetically. And if you want to get spiritual and Neville Goddard, you're actually creating change in ways that, Neville didn't get into science, but he knew what he was talking about. I am sure of it. So how do we act as if? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, think about, let's just say, for example, you go to the store. Let's say you're getting out of your car, going to the grocery store. How would you act doing that one small thing if you had everything you wanted? How would you act? Would you be like, oh, no? You'd be like, hot damn, I can buy anything I want in this store, right? What about when you go exercise? Would you be like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym today, or yoga, or whatever? Or would you be, I love my life and I want to stay healthy and physically fit so that I can enjoy every last minute of it? You see? Acting as if is not just taking 5 minutes and walking around going, okay, I have it. I have what I want. I have what I want. And doing 20 affirmations. That's not what it's about. It's about assuming the desire is already achieved in your soul. Okay? It's about assuming that you have whatever it is that you want energetically, spiritually, psychologically, and biologically. Because that has everything to do with everything, right? Depending on what neurotransmitters our brains and our bodies are putting out. Okay? So your challenge, I know this video went a little longer than I thought, just because when I get on a roll, it's hard to stop me. But your challenge is to act as if. And obviously you have to start by knowing what you want. But chances are good you want what most people want, and that is freedom, love, health, abundance, right? Friends. So create an ideal outcome, and maybe another video, and then think about acting as if you already had whatever you want. And you can do this in your day-to-day life. Like if you are waiting for your loved one to propose, you could walk around and you could act as if it's already happened. I mean, I wouldn't tell people yet or anything, but you can start acting as if. Assume that feeling. Okay, so that is the challenge. Comment below anything you have to say about that, because I would love to hear your progress, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.